Welcome to this week's Money Metals podcast, helping gold and silver investors during these turbulent times. Now, here's this week's market wrap with commentary and analysis from the low-cost precious metals dealer voted best in the U.S., Money Metals Exchange.
Welcome to this week's Market Wrap podcast. I'm Mike Gleason. A rising U.S. dollar index is putting downward pressure on hard asset markets this week. Dollar bulls are counting on the Federal Reserve to start tightening its ultra-loose monetary policy. They expect the Fed to begin tapering its monthly asset purchases later this year. Minutes released on Wednesday from the FOMC's latest meeting suggest policymakers are leaning in that direction. But there is a massive gulf between beginning to taper bond purchases and finally hiking their benchmark interest rate several times to exceed the inflation rate. Anything short of a positive real Fed funds rate still represents accommodative monetary policy, and that will be in place for the foreseeable future. The Fed can be counted on to continue to debase the currency. What's less certain is whether other national fiat currencies will fall or rise in exchange rates versus the U.S. dollar. But over time, they will all fall versus real assets as inflation persists. Traders in fast-moving markets can be very short-sighted, though, especially if they are employing leverage. Commodities and precious metals futures markets got hit with lots of sell orders this week, although gold prices are holding up fairly well here. The elemental currently checks in at $1,786 per ounce, unchanged for the week. Gold sometimes serves as sort of a safe haven within the hard asset space, and that was true this week as crude oil, copper, and other white metals all got hammered. Silver prices are down 2.8% since last Friday's close to trade at $23.17. Platinum is a 4% loser this week to come in at $1,002, and finally palladium is getting pummeled by 13.5% or more than $350 to come in at $2,322 per ounce as of this Friday morning recording. Even as the precious metals sector is currently out of favor among mainstream investors, contrarians are seizing the opportunity to accumulate. Some big institutional buyers are entering the market. The technology company Palantir purchased $50 billion worth of gold bars this month. The news surprised and confused some of the talking heads on CNBC, but analyst Guy Adami stepped in to explain why physical gold makes sense in an environment of uncertainty and inflationary monetary policy.
Data analytics company Palantir buying more than $50 million worth of, get this, gold bars in August. According to a regulatory filing, the company is able to take physical possession of the gold at any time with reasonable notice.
I don't recall ever seeing this except for maybe a gold-related company, and that would be a raw material or a work in process or inventory or something. It's interesting. It's sort of surprising. It's kind of, we were expecting like a Bitcoin or something that, or an altcoin.
Notice they didn't buy the gold ETF. They bought actual physical
bars
gold bars.
Gold.
It's fascinating. Yeah. There's no listen, I mean, I could talk about this for an hour, and we only have a minute left, but I would say this is one of those days you bookmark. This is them saying, you know what, central banks are out of control, black swan event, good for them. And my sense is you're going to see more of that.
Exchange-traded products that track gold prices are ultimately still financial assets. They have counterparty risks, including credit risk. If an investor's objective in owning precious metals is to diversify out of the financial system, then only physical ownership held securely outside of Wall Street brokerage houses and banks will do. Seasoned precious metals investors keep their focus on their long-term objective. They don't seek financial substitutes, nor do they wait to buy until mainstream media headlines tell them the gold market is hot. Instead, they accumulate low-premium bullion products over time, ideally when prices are pulling back and the market is quiet, aiming to get the most ounces for their dollars. But they know that trying to perfectly time the market is virtually impossible. Nobody knows when the next black swan event or other catalyst will ignite a major metals rally. It's prudent to always hold a core position and ideally be able to add to it regularly. Money Metals Exchange has a simple way for you to purchase bullion each month, automatically and at a discount. It's our monthly savings plan. Every month, Money Metals will deliver beautiful gold and silver bullion products directly to you, or you can store your metals holdings securely at Money Metals Depository. We offer high-security storage in our state-of-the-art facility. Just choose the monthly dollar amount you wish to invest, which can be as little as $100, or choose the number of ounces you want to buy. We offer silver bars, silver rounds, silver eagles, and other government-minted silver coins, as well as a variety of sizes of gold, all the way down to a gram. You can accumulate as little as 2 grams of gold per month, if you wish. The advantages of putting your bullion accumulation on autopilot include not having to guess when to buy and never second-guessing your timing. It's a stress-free and prudent way of accumulating a position over time. You dollar-cost average into the market regardless of where prices are trending. Participants in our monthly plan also gain access to even lower premiums than those available to the general public. You can enroll online or through one of our specialists by calling 1-800-800-1865. Well, that will do it for this week. Be sure to check back next Friday for our next weekly Market Wrap podcast. Until then, this has been Mike Gleason with Money Metals Exchange. Thanks for listening, and have a great weekend, everybody.
Thank you for joining us for this week's Money Metals podcast. Be sure to come back next week. And don't forget to subscribe to our podcast through iTunes for answers to all of your questions, or to discreetly and securely buy or sell gold or silver coins, bars, and rounds. Call 1-800-800-1865 or visit www.moneymetals.com. Our knowledgeable and no-pressure specialists are standing by between 7 a.m. and 5:30 p.m. Mountain Time, Monday through Friday. Or you can lock in your order online 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Again, visit us at www.moneymetals.com or call 1-800-800-1865.